Hi, I am Clarissa Harrison with Purpose-Filled Passports, and I come to you today to talk about how we move three big giant dogs around the world. I know a lot of you want to travel and want to possibly move abroad, but you're not sure how to handle things with your pets. And I am here because we have done it multiple times, and I understand the frustration, I understand the fear, I understand the risk. We've had some good things to happen and we had some not so good things to happen. So I'm here to share our experience with you. My dogs are my everything. They're like my human children to me. I know that not everyone is going to understand that, and that's okay. And this video was not for you. But just know that if a bear came into my home, I would put myself between the bear and my fur babies. I have three Dobermans. We have two boys and a girl. The oldest is the girl. Her name is Satis Cleopatra. I also have Anubis Emotep. And then they had a baby unexpectedly, and we named him Ra Egypt. So we started off in the U.S., living in North Carolina, and there were a couple of times that I left my babies, and they don't do well when I leave them for long periods of time. We decided to spend an extended period of time in Mexico. I had lost my mom and my uncles, and I just wanted to just get away and do something different for a while. And there was no way that I was going to leave my fur babies behind. Just to give you a little context, Anubis is 121 pounds, Satis is about 108 pounds, and Ra is about 110 pounds. So these are not little babies. When we first moved them to Mexico, it was only Anubis and Satis. They were not as big as they are now, so we were able to fly them through Aeromexico. We did a lot of research. I read front and back what to do and what not to do. We made sure to have the right size crate. My babies were able to fit in a 500 series crate. They were not full grown at the time. So we arranged for them to fly via Aeromexico. This first trip was insane, and it shook us to our core. We followed all the rules. We asked, hey, what do we need to do? We were told we needed to go to immigration to check the dogs in. Here's all of their records, blah, blah, blah. The Aeromexico rep said, no, it's taken care of. We have the copies. You're good to go. Don't worry about it. So we never did go downstairs to get the dogs. When I say we, it was my husband, because he was the one that flew with them. When he got onto the airplane, he said, hey, I was told I didn't need to check them in. I had plenty of time. They told me everything was good to go, that the dogs were on the plane already. So they told me to check with you to make sure that they're on the manifest. And he checked, and they said, yes, the dogs are on the manifest. We're all good to go. So we're thinking everything is okay. He had been checking in with me back in Merida. And when he got to Merida, I was on my way to pick them up from the airport. And I get a call from him, and he says, the dogs are not here. My babies are not there, so where are my babies? So I'm ready to go in and just lay in and bring me my dogs. I get out of my car. I'm walking across the parking lot after I parked, and I hear my husband from outside going off about the dogs. So I had to immediately pull myself together. Long story short, they left my dogs in Mexico City. They were left in Mexico City without their family. They did not give them food or water. They did not let them out of the crate. So my husband gave them the paperwork that he was willing to give them in Mexico City, but he was told that they didn't need it. So he gave them the paperwork. They faxed it over. They agreed to have the dogs shipped out on the first flight back in the morning. They did not make that flight. They ended up making the second flight, and we got our babies, and they had been in the crate over 24 hours. They urinated on themselves. They were very distressed. They were shaking. They were just extremely not happy. They are very lovey-dovey with me, and they were just in such shock that they didn't want to be bothered. And this was just the two. So We got them home. It took several days for them to go back to their normal selves. It's like they did not want us to leave their sight. And it broke my heart. I wrote letters to Aeromexico, and of course, it's like, oh, sorry, can't do anything about it. Too bad, so sad you have them now. So with that being said, I decided to make this video to talk about that experience and to also share everything that we've learned, because we did fly them a couple more times after that. And then they were flown across the waters to Africa, to South Africa. After doing a ton of research and interviewing multiple companies, I decided to go with Animal Land Pet Movers, and my point of contact was Melissa Crespo, and she was absolutely amazing. She helped me to alleviate my fears. She communicated on the weekends, after hours, whatever I needed, to make sure that I had all the information that I needed to, number one, feel comfortable, and also to make sure that my babies were safe. She let me know of all of the medical requirements for South Africa, which there were a lot, and they were expensive. All the shots that they had to have, the medications they had to be spayed or neutered, which I had already done that anyway after the puppies were born. But she made it so easy for me. She helped with the airline, making sure we had the best airline. Making sure that we had that we went through airports that had animal hotels in the airport with vets to check them over, to make sure that they were good. They sent pictures and everything. She worked with the vet in North Carolina to make sure they understood exactly what all I had to do was show up and pay, which was amazing. She also coordinated my dogs being transported from Charlotte to Atlanta so that they can fly from the Atlanta airport. They flew from Atlanta to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam to Cape Town. And in Cape Town, she arranged for someone to drive my babies from the airport in their huge crates back to the home that we are renting in Cape Town. So now my dogs are much bigger, and the largest size crates on the market are the PP100s. And you can order them online through Amazon. They're about, depending on the time frame, anywhere from $1,200 to $1,400 each. Now, Satis was able to fit in the crate because she was shorter, but my two boys had to have custom crates built. Melissa helped to coordinate someone to build custom crates in 30 days so that my dogs could travel with us and we can maintain our schedule. This company was awesome. If you are looking to move your pets and you need some assistance, or you just have some questions, feel free to reach out to me and ask. Now, people are going to ask, okay, how much did this cost? Keep in mind, I had 3 dogs, 3 oversized dogs, and a cat, and to move them from Mexico to North Carolina, to get all of their medical appointments, all of their shots, to purchase their flights to South Africa, to have them driven from Charlotte to Atlanta, and then from the Cape Town airport back to the rental home in Cape Town. I have to be honest, I spent probably around 30 grand. These are my babies, and this is what we chose as a family to do, and so we made some sacrifices to make that happen. Here is a breakdown of where those costs came in. Again, our dogs were oversized, so they were charged oversized fees. We had to buy, custom crates. If you have smaller dogs or cats and you are not moving across 3 countries, I assure you that the cost won't be nearly as much. But it would be worth it if you definitely want to move and you want to have peace of mind for your family. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, because again, I know how important our fur babies are to many of us. And I know many of us are looking to see what else is out there. And honestly, I found so much peace of mind, even with the stresses of moving my babies. The peace of mind upon arrival, there's no price that you can put on that. So if you're considering it, I strongly encourage you to think about it. If it's expensive, start saving some money now, but it is worth it. It is definitely worth it. It's worth it to do something different. It's worth it to find peace and freedom, and it's worth it to make sure that your fur babies are safe and they're always with you.